Our story begins not in a remote jungle, but in the bustling alleys of 1930s Hong Kong. It was there, amidst the curious collections of a traditional apothecary shop, that a remarkable discovery was made. The German-Dutch paleontologist, Gustav Heinrich Ralph von Koenigswald, stumbled upon a fossilized molar unlike any he had ever seen. It was enormous, far larger than that of any living human or ape. The shopkeeper was selling it as a dragon's tooth, a common practice where ancient fossils were ground into powders for traditional medicine. Von Koenigswald, however, knew he was holding something extraordinary, a relic from a creature of immense proportions, a ghost from a prehistoric world. This single tooth was the first clue to an animal that would later be named Gigantopithecus blacki, meaning Black's giant ape. The name honors Canadian paleontologist Davidson Black, who had done pioneering work on human origins in China. Von Koenigswald's find sparked a decades-long search for more evidence. The hunt led paleontologists to the limestone caves of southern China, which proved to be a treasure trove. Over the years, thousands more teeth and 4 partial lower jaw bones or mandibles were unearthed. These fragments were the only pieces of the puzzle available, the sole remnants of this colossal primate. Each new tooth and every jawbone segment added another small detail to our understanding of this magnificent beast. It is quite extraordinary to think that our entire picture of this giant is built upon such sparse evidence. So just how large was this ancient primate? Based on the size of its jawbones and molars, scientific estimates paint a picture of a truly staggering creature. Gigantopithecus likely stood up to 3 meters, nearly 10 feet, tall when on its hind legs, and could have weighed as much as 300 kilograms, or over 600 pounds. This makes it, without question, the largest ape that has ever walked the earth. It would have dwarfed even the most formidable silverback gorilla of today, possessing a sheer size and bulk that places it in a category of its own. Imagining such an animal moving through the ancient forests of Asia is to conjure an image of nature at its most majestic and powerful. Its appearance, though speculative, can be pieced together by looking at its modern relatives. While its sheer scale is reminiscent of the fictional King Kong, its biology was likely a unique blend of familiar apes. The powerful structure of its mandibles suggests a kinship with orangutans, known for their robust jaw muscles used for chewing tough foods. Yet, its overall body plan was probably more gorilla-like, built for a terrestrial life. It most likely moved about on all fours, in a style known as knuckle walking, its immense weight supported by powerful arms and legs. This combination of features marks it as a distinct branch on the primate family tree, an evolutionary experiment in gigantism. The most telling clues about its life come from its teeth. They were enormous, with a thick layer of enamel, perfectly suited for a diet of tough, fibrous vegetation. The flattened, broad surfaces of its molars were ideal for grinding and crushing, rather than shearing meat. Microscopic analysis of wear patterns and plant residue found on the fossils reveals its menu. It seems Gigantopithecus was a dedicated herbivore, subsisting on a diet rich in bamboo, seeds, and seasonal fruits. Like the modern giant panda, which shares a similar habitat, it would have needed to consume vast quantities of plant matter each day simply to power its enormous body, spending a great deal of its time foraging. Its world was a dense subtropical forest, a mosaic of bamboo thickets, fruit-bearing trees, and open woodlands. During the early and middle Pleistocene epoch, when Gigantopithecus thrived, this environment was stable and lush, providing an abundant buffet for a large herbivore. The forests of southern Asia were a veritable paradise, teeming with life. Here, the great ape would have lived in small family groups, moving slowly through the undergrowth, its great size offering protection from most predators. It was the undisputed king of its domain, a gentle giant living in harmony with a world that seemed made for it. For nearly 2 million years this kingdom endured. The reign of Gigantopithecus, however, was not destined to last forever. The world it knew began to change in dramatic and irreversible ways. Towards the end of the Pleistocene, the planet entered a period of significant climate instability. The gentle rhythm of the seasons became erratic, and the lush, unbroken subtropical forests that this giant depended upon began to shrink. As the climate cooled and dried, vast tracts of forest gave way to more open, seasonal savanna grasslands. For a specialist herbivore like Gigantopithecus, this was a catastrophic shift. Its primary food sources, like bamboo and certain fruits, became scarcer and more fragmented, turning its once bountiful kingdom into a patchwork of dwindling resources. This environmental pressure was compounded by its own biology. While its immense size was once an advantage, it became a liability in a changing world. A larger body requires more energy and therefore more food. As its preferred plants became harder to find, the ape would have struggled to meet its daily caloric needs. Fossil evidence from its final years shows signs of chronic stress, with pits and imperfections in the tooth enamel indicating periods of malnutrition. Its highly specialized diet, which had served it so well for millennia, now tethered it to a disappearing ecosystem. Unlike more adaptable species, Gigantopithecus could not simply switch to other food sources. Furthermore, it was not alone in these changing forests. A new and resourceful primate was expanding its range across Asia. Homo erectus, an early human ancestor. While there is no direct evidence of hunting, these two primates would have been in competition for resources. Homo erectus was an intelligent and adaptable omnivore, capable of using tools and controlling fire. It could exploit a much wider variety of foods and habitats than the giant ape. As the forest shrank, the two species would have increasingly crossed paths, competing for fruits, roots, and habitable spaces. In this contest, the adaptable generalist held a clear advantage over the specialized giant. The final demise of Gigantopithecus, around 300,000 years ago, was likely a slow, drawn-out process, a perfect storm of interconnected factors. Climate change altered its habitat, its specialized diet limited its options, and competition from other species, including early humans, added pressure. It was not a sudden cataclysm that wiped out the great ape, but a gradual tightening of an environmental vice. The world simply changed faster than this magnificent creature could adapt. Its extinction serves as a powerful reminder that even the largest and most dominant animals are vulnerable when the ecosystems that support them begin to unravel. Even though Gigantopithecus vanished from the fossil record hundreds of thousands of years ago, its story does not quite end there. The idea of a colossal, human-like ape roaming remote forests has a powerful grip on our collective imagination. This ancient reality has become entangled with modern myths, most notably that of the Yeti in the Himalayas and Bigfoot or Sasquatch in North America. Proponents of these legends sometimes point to Gigantopithecus as a possible candidate, suggesting a relic population may have survived into the present day. They imagine a shy, reclusive giant hiding just beyond the reach of scientific discovery, its existence hinted at only by blurry photographs and mysterious footprints. However, it is crucial to separate scientific fact from folklore. There is currently no credible evidence to suggest that Gigantopithecus survived its Pleistocene extinction. The fossil record is silent after 300,000 years ago, and the vast geographical and temporal gaps make a connection to modern sightings untenable. Furthermore, the ecosystems of North America and the high-altitude Himalayas are vastly different from the subtropical forests where the great ape lived. While the romance of a lost world is alluring, the scientific consensus is clear. Gigantopithecus is a creature of the past, its echoes now confined to myth and the fossilized teeth it left behind in the caves of Asia. What, then, is the true legacy of this giant? Its story offers us a profound lesson about the fragility of life, even for the most formidable of creatures. It demonstrates how specialization, while a successful strategy in a stable environment, can become an evolutionary dead end when conditions change. The fate of Gigantopithecus is a classic case study in megafauna extinction, illustrating how climate shifts and habitat loss can bring even the mightiest to their knees. It is a story that resonates deeply today, as we watch modern great apes like gorillas and orangutans face similar threats from deforestation and a changing climate. Ultimately, the tale of Gigantopithecus is one filled with as many questions as answers. We may never know precisely what it looked like, how it behaved, or the exact sequence of events that led to its final disappearance. Its fossilized remains offer us a tantalizing glimpse into a lost world, a world of giants that now exists only in our scientific reconstructions and our enduring myths. It stands as a powerful symbol of nature's creative force and a sobering reminder of its capacity to reclaim what it has made. The dragon's tooth found in that Hong Kong shop opened a window into a magnificent past, forever changing our understanding of life on our extraordinary planet.